get to, and as with anything, you want to be there early and meet people and get settled into where you need to be. So we're gonna switch gears and kind of chit chat with them. As always on Thursdays, we usually howl with the dean, and the dean has helped us out with working out where we talk to the department chairs, find out what's going on in the departments. And in this particular case with Dr. Jinks, we get to talk about the criminology's awesome online program. So how are you this morning, sir?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
We talked briefly, I think, last semester on the ins and outs of how this online program is going. So update for us.
The online program is going well. We haven't even been able to determine where our threshold is yet.
Oh, okay.
We've been getting a lot of support from the administration, the vice president's office, and the dean's office. We've been able to put up a lot more classes than we had initially planned, but they all fill. We're currently at 107% enrollment or something like that, which just means we're not putting enough classes up for the amount of demand that we have. And we were warned that this might happen.
Right.
But we really didn't foresee it
Happening.
Yeah.
How have you handled the extra 7%?
The faculty are fantastic. They're basically taking it on their backs. They're being really amenable to adding extra people to classes. And with the online program, you can do that to some extent because you're not limited by the physical space of a classroom.
Right.
But in the same vein, it's a lot more work for the faculty members.
Right.
We're trying to mitigate that we just put in a proposal for graduate teaching assistants, so we'll be able to give some of the graduate students experience in the classroom, and they'll be able to help seasoned faculty members with increased course loads.
And technology issues. About the growth, you're more facilitating instead of actually in-class teaching. Is that correct? Or you feel, or are you still like actually
really.
Teaching too as well?
Yeah. It's,
okay.
We use both synchronous and asynchronous instruction.
Okay.
And it really just depends because we've still got a lot of students who are face-to-face students who are transitioning to an online program.
I gotcha.
And they still get, they still want to see the professor.
I agree.
So we've still got office hours, and we encourage that. We're here on campus just about every day.
Okay.
It's not hard to find any of the instructors or anything. The faculty are here, so you could just come on over, sit down in the office, and still have that face-to-face discussion, which kinds of makes us somewhat unique compared to other online programs where you're not even sure where the program's delivered from.
Exactly. That was always my concerns with online programs. I had my final semester here, I had a final all online class, and I had never had one of those, but the teacher was still here on campus, and I did go and see her on a few occasions just because I need that interaction. I better express what my concerns are in person than online. So I had to ask if that was one of the avenues that students have at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And it really is a different avenue because a lot of people have trouble expressing themselves, in writing. Or
yes.
I don't know if it's trouble with expressing themselves in writing or if it's just they don't want to put down some things in writing and make a permanent record of everything.
Sometimes.
Yeah. It's just a little different, We have to adjust as well.
Right.
Because there's a lot of things, we would say in a classroom or, to a person in an office that you might not want to make a permanent record of.
Right. Yeah.
It's a lot easier to just say face-to-face to somebody, look, step it up. You need to work a little bit harder.
Exactly.
But if you put that in writing, it comes across a lot more harsh.
No inflection on the voice to hear the person say it to you.
Yeah, exactly. And we're getting better at it, and I think the students are too. And the
awesome.
easiest thing to get across to students is to people are getting more used to it because more and more classes are offered online, not just in our department but across campus.
Right.
And they're getting used to the idea of, look, it's a little different than a face-to-face class. You don't log in for an hour, or an hour and 15 minutes twice a week. You log in every day.
Right.
Just for a little bit and make sure, nothing's changed. There aren't any announcements. You don't have any mail, anything like that.
Right. So it definitely makes it different. More, I guess, in the sense, helpful because you, when it's a, Monday, Wednesday class, you focus on it only Monday, Wednesday. Because then on Tuesday, Thursday, you got to focus on that. But if it's online, you actually do remember it throughout the week and you get to, be more involved with it. And, of course, you do discussions, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, we like to think that even in the face-to-face class, you focus on it all the time.
I'm sure, yeah. I know from the student's perspective, too, sometimes you have to focus on your Tuesday class or your Wednesday class separately outside of. I mean,
Well, yeah,
but
of
you're
course.
right.
Yeah, it's a
You have to
different
focus all on it all at the same time.
It's a different perspective for faculty. You know,
Right.
we'd like to think that students leave our class inspired, you know, and look up more information to focus on our class, and you know, think about it during dinner, and you know, skip television and weekends and things like that, just
Yeah.
to focus
Oh, yeah,
on
sure.
our material, because it is that important.
And that does happen.
Yeah.
It does.
Uh-huh.
So some of the troubles, I'm sure, really range right at the technology standpoint. What are some of the technological problems you've had so far?
The biggest issues right now is getting everybody up to speed. We've had, you know, a couple of problems on campus with the Pafford building losing internet service.
Whoops.
And that's just the construction that they're doing out here.
Right.
I think somebody cut through one of the what do you call those things? The cables.
Yeah, the fiber optics.
Yeah, they cut through the fiber optics, which you know, we lost.
That actually cut us off for a little while.
Did it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we lost all service for, I think it was a day and a half or something like that.
Ooh.
Which, it's in a face-to-face class, it wouldn't have made that much of a difference. But a lot of the online classes, where you know that they had,
If something was due that day.
yeah, if something was due that
Online
day, or
quiz.
they needed grading or something like that, or they needed to talk to the instructor, then it became a problem. But those things are solved relatively easily because you know, we've got Wi-Fi capability all over campus, and what we just had was faculty going elsewhere.
Right.
You know,
Right.
they could have taken the bus from Athens and they'd have been able to teach from over there. So
Right.
it does give you a lot more flexibility.
Right. Okay. And that's something too. Have you found that to be more enjoyable? I'm sure like you said, you all have office hours, but has it been more enjoyable to know that you can take care of things in the comfort of your own home? If there's something that's a big problem and you don't have, you left your paperwork at home, you can still log in and check it out.
Yeah, I think that varies by faculty member.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of folks that have, you know, one of the interesting things about teaching is you always have something to do, and you have to really work hard to get to schedule your own time so that you can put things down.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, when I first started teaching online classes, I found myself, you know, first thing Saturday morning,
Checking.
checking the online thing, make sure nobody posted anything late Friday night that I really needed to respond to. But once you get more into the swing of things, it becomes a little bit easier, and you learn to manage your time. But you know, we also get the same thing from students. A lot of times, you know, they'll post an email or a question or a discussion, and you know, they'll check back an hour later and there's not a response, and then you'll get another email. Why didn't you respond to my other email?
Right. Right.
It's kind of that instant response texting kind of
World.
culture, yeah, that you just expect.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, and a lot of times the faculty can't be logged in. For the simple reason, you know, we still teach the face-to-face program and the grad program. So
That's true.
we could be in, you know, if you're in a graduate class, you're pretty much, you know, done for an evening, and you're not going to be able to respond to anything online, no matter how urgent it may or may not be. So.
So expansion right now is how are you looking into expansion and facilitating the greater need that you're already experiencing?
We are currently in the stages of hiring a new tenure-track faculty member.
Okay. Cool.
We'll probably be looking at additional instructors, more tenure-track faculty, more adjuncts, more GTAs, graduate teaching assistants. We're going to throw everything we can at it, and basically what we're trying to do is make sure that we maintain the integrity of the program and the academic rigor that's already present in the face-to-face program,
Right.
but still build at a normal rate. And then we refer to it as scaling the program.
Okay.
So we're just trying to get a little bit bigger at a little bit at a time so that it's manageable.
Good.
Because there's I have absolutely no idea how many courses we could actually put up and still fill them all.
Right.
At this point.
Are there any courses that you're not sure you're absolutely going to be able to put on there, or most courses are able to be put online at some point?
Oh, no, we actually had a question from somebody that was interested in the online program a couple of days ago. And the question was very basically, you know, is the program entirely online? And my response was, yes, it's entirely online. You can get a degree, you know, from distance. And the reply that I got was, okay, so every class that you offer in the catalog will be offered in the fall. And of course, you said no.
Right.
No,
You can't
no,
do
that's
that.
that's not the way it works. We don't have enough people to offer every class we offer every semester.
Right.
So the way it works is you offer every class, you know, that you say you're going to offer that's necessary to get the degree
Exactly.
in a 3-year time period.
Exactly.
And yeah, we've already got that. And once I you know, drew the analogy to the face-to-face program. You know, not every class is offered every semester.
Exactly.
And then it kind of clicked. It was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes more sense. And right now, we're not having any problem offering it in a 3-year rotation, but it's the sheer volume. As more and more students demand those classes, we have the option of either putting up additional courses or, making them larger. So.
Right. So always options there available for you.
Right.
Any new things outside of the program that you worked on, or has it really definitely been just the making sure this is working well and always making sure the faculty are on it? Or
There's a lot of interesting things going on right now. Sadly, I wish it was just the online program, but unfortunately, we got a bunch of motivated people that are doing all kinds of different things.
Okay, tell us a few of those.
Fortunately or unfortunately, we just signed an articulation agreement with West Georgia Technical College, which
yes.
allows all of their students to basically transfer in 5 courses directly without going through the individual analysis. We have advisors over there and here now that can say, look, you take this class or this one, and it will transfer into the CRIM department over at West Georgia, which is really beneficial to students, regardless of whether they actually want to come over here or not. And that's a good thing. We've also got, we're going to have an interesting event coming up here in April, so I guess it's only a month away now, which seems ridiculous. But Dr. Eric Hickey will be here. He's one of the foremost experts on serial murder, and he's going to be giving a talk here on campus. It's going to be open to the public. So,
okay, cool.
That'll be announced. You'll be seeing stuff around campus for that pretty soon.
We'll wait for the announcements on that one. And
yeah, we'll send it over to you guys. And
I appreciate that.
We're going to post flyers and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
He requested, to be in an area that fits as many people that want to come. So, I have no idea. We'll probably, I think Dr. Fuller was trying to get him scheduled in the Townsend Center, but I told him I'd put him in the stadium if we got enough people to come out. So
okay, there you go. There you go. So that sounds fun. That's always good. Any other new things you'd like to mention to us?
Oh, we're still working.
We've
got a lot of interesting things going on with POST, the Peace Officer Standards and Training Council. We're trying to get a Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, with them.
Okay.
But that's still in the works, and that takes a while because that requires coordination at the state level.
Right.
Which gets all sorts of people involved. And we've got a lot of interesting things going on in the department. But it's easy to keep track of it. The students can follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Okay.
And those announcements come up regularly, and we could probably link up. I saw you guys were on Facebook and Twitter, so
we will definitely. What is your Facebook? Do you remember?
Oh, UWG_criminology, or criminology at West Georgia, or something like that.
Okay. And do you remember? Do you have a Twitter?
We do. It's UWG_crim department, I think.
Okay. Crim DPT.
But I can email you that if that's wrong.
Okay. Either way, you'll email us those announcements as well, and we'll try to get that out to the students to check that out for sure.
Absolutely.
I appreciate your time, and if I remember correctly, you are a huge golf fan.
Yep.
How is your swing?
Sporadic. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. It just depends on the day.
You would like some better weather as well, I'm sure.
Not necessarily. I get a lot more work done when it's not when it's not really nice out.
It's really nice. You're like, okay, I'm going to the club.
Off-campus meetings, yeah.
Off-campus. I like that. I definitely don't want to take up too much of your time. You have the other important engagements, but I definitely thank you for your time coming back in, telling us about the online department and how it's going and all that. So I appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, let's take